What's up, Internet? Lucas here. Thanks for coming along on my grid life adventure. Just finishing up some last-minute prep on the race car before we head out. Today is a Tuesday, April 9th. Leaving first thing in the morning on the 11th, in less than 2 days now. Leaving about, trying to leave by 6 or 7 a.m. It's a 12-hour drive to South Carolina, so trying to get there as early as I can so I can get in line and get through tech and everything and get all that stuff out of the way so we can get on track first thing in the morning on Friday. But yeah, so I'm finishing up delivery here. I got the front bumpers all painted. It doesn't look the greatest. I painted it in the parking lot, as you can see here. It's a beautiful sunny day here in Michigan, about 70 degrees, so figured why not spray her outside. So 4 cans of Rust-Oleum later, and got myself a white bumper instead of black. It's got some runs. It's not great. I am not a body guy at all. I am good at building cars and engines and tuning and all that kind of stuff, but when it comes to body work, no, that's not me. But whatever, it's a race car. Trying to do this for as cheap as possible, so that's what Sunday Cup's all about, right? So got the front bumper painted. It's I guess it doesn't look too terrible on camera, but there's some runs and stuff in it. 2 cans of Rust-Oleum Satin Blossom White, and then 2 cans of Rust-Oleum 2X Clear, and as good as it's gonna get. So as I'm finishing up some, really just waiting for that bumper to dry, I figured I'd show you guys the setup here. As you know, Sunday Cup is a pretty restrictive class. We're not allowed to do a whole lot, so it doesn't look like a whole lot's going on here because there isn't. So we have the wrinkle red valve cover, which definitely adds lots of horsepowers. I had to replace the valve cover gasket, so I sprayed her red real quick. I filled the engine mounts here, all 3 engine mounts on this vehicle, with a Sikaflex 231. It's a 68 durometer urethane that comes in a caulk tube, kind of like window weld, but it's actually stiff, unlike window weld, so that's very nice. I did the upper, the trans mount, and then the dog bone torque mount that's under the car. And moving over here, I've got just a simple aluminum battery tie down. Keeps that battery nice and tight in there so I can pass tech. Very simple, cheap cold air intake with the cheap filter on it. Nothing spectacular, just to get by. I will say though, if you buy one of these cheap cold air intakes, the tubing is the wrong diameter. So inside of here, I actually designed and 3D printed out of ABS just basically a separate tube that slides inside the tube with a provision to cut out for the mass airflow sensor. It stops right about here, and all it does is just neck the size of the tube down so it's the proper size that the Yaris ECU wants to see. We're not allowed to do any ECU tuning in the class, so I had to come up with some way to bring her into spec. Moving over here to the cooling system, got a set of OBX. Yeah, good old OBX, huh? OBX silicone radiator hoses. I guess OBX is going out of business, so I got these for like 20 bucks. So killer deal there. I have a cheap Chinesium all aluminum welded radiator to replace the factory plastic intake one that was cracked. So got that out of the way, don't got to worry about that no more. Factory fan on there. On headlight side, we have a set of 3-inch bi-LED projectors that I retrofitted into a set of stock housings, and did the old spray paint the housing black trick. And back here, don't know if you're going to be able to see it. Maybe I can turn this on. Nope. But I do have an aftermarket header back here. It's pretty hard to see because it's kind of dark under the cowling. But there's an aftermarket header. We are allowed to do exhaust modifications as long as we stay within the power limits of the class. And then over here we have a set of BC coilovers. I made a custom set of top hats for camber and caster adjustment out of, I believe these were off of a BRZ. I found them in the scrap bin, and 2 of the 3 bolt holes lined up perfect with the Yaris chassis. So these 2 that are studs are actually factory Yaris bolt holes that I believe these got used on the Nets race cars for the strut tower brace. So very cool that I was able to find a top hat that almost fit. And then I just drilled a 3rd hole over there with a bolt. And I ended up using a bolt instead of a stud and nut because there's this little bracket right here. And I wanted to keep that because it's a support for our cowling here, and this cowling actually adds structural rigidity across the front end of the car. So wanted to keep this intact, did not want to notch it if I didn't have to, so yeah, I just compromised a bit, and I run a bolt on the back side there, but I don't foresee that having any issues. It's lock washed and everything, so should be good to go. But yeah, that is the engine bay setup. Besides what you see here, power-wise, it's got stock cats. Both cats are still in the car. Stock center pipe, and then on the back of the car, I built a custom axle back. So this is some generic stainless eBay muffler that I found for pretty cheap. It's a 2 1/4 inch inlet, 2 1/4 inch out, offset to offset. I have it mounted vertically. I saw Fujitsu and TRD and some of the other Japanese companies mount the mufflers on these cars vertically because they don't have a lot of clearance. So that way you can keep a bigger muffler and tuck the whole thing up. You don't have to worry about it scraping or anything. And then I just bought this simple double wall rolled stainless steel tip. Threw some MIG welds on there, a couple hangers, and it's good to go. Well, it doesn't look too bad with that bumper on there. I mean, I don't have the fog lights or the front grille in yet because I have to push some force on to get them in. I don't want to mess up the paint, but I mean, it's reflecting light. It's kind of shiny. It literally completely changed the way the front of this car looks too. Pretty excited about that. Wow. That completely transformed the look of the car. I've had a black bumper for so long, I forgot what it looked like to have a painted bumper on this car. And you can kind of see the paint imperfections in the light, but overall it doesn't look too bad. Now I just got to get my camel toe sticker on there, get my Grid Life stickers on the sides here, and yeah, I think I wasn't going to originally, but I think I'm going to take this orange stripe and just slightly bring it down here. And I'm also going to come through, I'm going to cut this flat. I was making it follow the fender arch, but I think it'd look better if it was a straight line all the way across, because it's more closer to what the authentic N2 AE86 that I'm trying to mimic looks like. Of course, on the real car, the car is silver, like this car, but the white parts on the N2 AE86 are actually just raw fiberglass, and then the stripes just terminate into the over fender that would get bolted on here, but I'm not allowed to run over fenders, so yeah, I'm gonna replace this vinyl because, so this is car wrap vinyl, and this is car wrap vinyl. This is sign vinyl because car wrap vinyl did not want to stick to car wrap vinyl for some reason. And then that is also sign vinyl. Sign vinyl on white looks perfect, but sign vinyl on silver. So, gonna fix that. Hopefully the Amazon brings my small roll of red car wrap vinyl before it's too late tomorrow. But yeah, it's getting really close. I've got to put my not sponsored decals down here because I'm not sponsored by anybody but myself, but still gonna show off whose parts I'm running. Got a new Falcon tire sticker that I cut out because, as you can see, that one is super crooked and looks like crap. So that's getting ripped off. Gonna replace that one. I have the TRD sticker to go here, just like on the other side. And yeah, unfortunately, I ordered some QR codes I was gonna stick like right here or right here on the window to link to the Facebook page, but they're not gonna come in time before Grid Life. So they'll be on for the next event, but not this first one. But yeah, I still cannot get over how good the front of this car looks now. Man, I am not upset about it. Alright, burning the midnight oil here, but I think this is pretty much done. See, I got my toe sticker on there, got my Grid Life stickers on the bumper, got my identifier on the windshield, got my not sponsored sponsor stickers down here at the bottom. TRD is on this side now. New Falcon tire is actually level on this side. So yeah, it's looking pretty good, guys. I'm pretty excited. Hopefully you guys enjoy watching me out there in this thing as much as I'm gonna enjoy driving it. So all I have to do now is, well, I forgot about this earlier, but got some new fender liners that are going to go in there. I picked them up at the local U-Pull and Save junkyard. Mine are aftermarket and they're all torn up because this car used to be really low. So now that it's not low, it's at a respectable race ride height, I can put some real fender liners in the thing again. So yeah, new fender liners, all new clips going on there. I'm going to do all new clips on the front under apron here, because just got a couple zip ties holding it right now, so I got all new OEM clips for that. And then yeah, I got to swap out those crappy little pieces of vinyl tomorrow once that shows up, and then bolt check, oil change, load it up, go have some fun. Well, it's like 11 p.m. Still Tuesday. I'm beaten, but got the interior all cleaned out of the car, started getting it loaded up with the stuff. I'm not gonna lie, this is pretty amazing. So in the back seat I have a suitcase, a sleeping pad, moving blanket and a tarp, a scooter, a cot, and a 10 by 10 pop-up canopy, all in the back seat. Who said the Yaris's are small? I got plenty of room in this thing. Alright, time to come and do it all again tomorrow. Oh, finally made it home. It's a little before midnight. Another long night, but we're almost there. I cannot wait. Well, if you made it this far, I appreciate you. Give us a thumbs up, like, subscribe, leave me a comment down below. Let me know what I'm doing right, what I'm doing wrong. This is my first time doing something like this, so yeah. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.